let's do this. Okay, so right now I am modeling this, and yeah, I know it looks like a lot, but I'm pretty sure I can do it. I've got like a month to do so, so shouldn't be too much work, I hope. But yeah, right now I'm working on the chairs, and I already finished the table. The biggest challenge is going to be the glass at the top, because not only does that take a long time to render, it also organic shapes are just really hard to do, and I know I'm gonna have to like ZBrush a lot of this stuff, but let's continue. Alright, as you can see, now I'm going to be working on this section of the chair. It's just putting a cylinder and yeah, just a couple of cylinders, and then I'm gonna work on the legs for the balance. I'm working on a dual monitor setup right now, so I've got the reference picture on one side and I'm working on the other. I just find it really easy that way. And if there's any windows that I need to shove on the other screen, then I probably do that. But I feel like I have enough space on the screen. Alright, so we're gonna get started. What I'm going to do for this part is I'm just going to duplicate this, that's Shift D, and rotate our little beauty right here, go to face, and just delete all that. Delete. Let's see, there we go. Just delete. Let's see. Yep, we did not delete anything we didn't want to. Object mode, while we're in rotate, I'm gonna put that to 180. Alright, just to make it perfect. And at this point I just press spacebar to go into the 4 views, and I use the top to kind of match this up over there. Okay, so we've got a size issue right there. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. I'm going to select that, work with the vertices, and R to scale things up. Just kind of see if that's going to work. Go back to object mode, and let's see. Okay, so I see what I did wrong here. I'll just Z back a couple of times. Alright, let's just click on you. Perfect, I think. I don't have to be like pinpoint accuracy or anything like that, because this is just my first block out, so and I am doing this for my 3rd portfolio class. I'm just a student, so don't expect top-notch AAA work. Alright, oh god, I can't believe I did that again. There we go. Perfect, I think that's good enough. Yeah, I need to leave some space, because in reality you can't have them overlapping, since they are real life objects anyway, so it's just always good to leave that little space there. And then maybe I might actually just move it around a little bit, because I'm a tad bit of a perfectionist, so you're going to notice I'm probably going to take that sentence back, because I am no perfectionist in the slightest. I don't do more work than I have to. Alright. There we go. Looks like we have that done. So from what I see here, the rod itself looks like it's pretty long, and it goes probably all the way to the bottom, like maybe just a tad bit lower. Let's see, would that be it? No, you know, I'll raise up, just leave it to where it was. Just bring it down a little bit. There we go. Because from the reference image, as we can see here, you have that little space there, and I would assume it's around the same length as that, just roughly there, and that's good enough for me. So now for the next bit, I'm just going to take this same exact cylinder, duplicate that one more time, make it a tad bit bigger. There we go. And as I said before, I'm not really looking to make the two shapes overlap. I'm just kind of looking to leave that little space in there. Let's see. Just bring it down a little bit and shorten that. Make it a little bit shorter. I think that around there. Yeah, and I'm gonna try something, and you're gonna see in just a little bit. So I will extrude, just make that a little bit bigger. That should be perfect. And I know everything looks blocky right now, but later on I'm gonna smooth it all. I'm working for 3-key smoothing, so later on I'm going to smooth all this and make it actually look pretty cool. It just takes a little bit of patience. Like for example, let me show you this right here. This, if I press 3-key, oh, I'm still selected the other thing. Okay, that's weird. There we go. Now if I press 3-key on this, as you can see, it looks a little bit better than what I had before, and that I'll fix all that as I'm nearing the end, when I'm going to start UVing and stuff. It's just right now I don't want to stress too much on making it look good. I want to get the proportions right, and I want to, yeah, just pretty much get all the proportions right. It's my block out. I don't have to go into any detail at this point, and I do have a lot of stuff to cover, so that's why I'm going to try and keep it as blocky as I can. We'll take that back to normal. Okay, so from what I see here in the image, this bit here has to slide into that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that and just create another loop. Select the face, shift and select the other one. That's a double click to get the entire loop, and then I'll extrude one more time. So that's shift right click, select the extrude, and bam, there we go. I try to work as efficiently as possible. And I mean, I'm not like the greatest modeler in the world, but I try, you know. We have to start somewhere. Okay, so from what I see in this picture, I don't have enough information about how many legs one of these chairs would have, so I assume it's somewhere around 4, but then usually, like my chair for example, has 5, so I need to make sure. Oh, and I think I should be able to see it in my other reference. Yes, I have more reference, and that shows that these chairs have 5 legs for support. There you go, you see that? With the wheels. So it's always good to have more than one piece of reference. Really helps. So now we're going to move on to making the 5 legs. This bit's going to be a little bit tricky, and I'm not sure whether they have to be of equal length or not, but since there is the possibility that is the case, I will just create another cylinder. Let me check. Yeah, I'll just assume that they have to be of equal length, and then I will create. There we go. This is just a nice little pipe. I'm gonna match it up to that. This is just really rough going at it with, from what I can see. And then I'm gonna give it 5 sides, I think. Yeah, 5 sides. That should be good enough. And there we go. I think we have a pretty good base for starting off the lower bit. Actually, I think if we just increase this to 10, we can at least give each of them one spot, one bit of space. Yeah, that should be good. Like right there, and then right there, and then right there, and right there, and there. See? Now they don't all have to be bunched up on that one. And this is going to help us later on down the line as well. From what I've been told, when you're modeling, you always have to be thinking ahead, like this shape, what's it going to become? What am I going to need? So always make sure you plan everything out. Like right now, I'm pressed for time and I'm just kind of going for it as fast as possible, but I'm still trying to think ahead every time when I'm modeling, like, because sometimes if you rush it and you don't think things through, you end up screwing it up in the worst of ways, and you have to like start again after pretty much having all this work for hours, and then I hate having to do that. And the thing is with Maya, yeah, you have to do that a lot. So as you work more and more, you get to create this really good workflow that works for you, and you avoid making stupid mistakes like that. I haven't had too much of a chance to work in Maya because our classes are like really stressful, and we pretty much have almost no free time most of the time. So right now I'm gonna use this opportunity to get as much practice in as possible. A lot of people I saw in my class chose like these not simple projects, but I feel like they could have done better, you know. I feel like not a lot of people are challenging themselves, and I need to challenge myself, otherwise I'm just not going to really enjoy the end result. I hate modeling easy things because afterwards I just feel so cheap. Alright, just took a quick pause there. Okay, so I think after I smooth this and I smooth this, we won't have too much of a problem, but I just need to make sure. So this shouldn't be too much of a problem. I don't mind this weird little fit right now. It looks weird, but later on it's going to be fine. So don't mind that. Okay, so from what I can see in this photo, let me just go back a little bit. This is a very weird chair. Okay, so this bit extends all the way to the bottom, as you can see over there, right there. So I just need to make that a little bit longer. Now it's a good thing that I decided to do this whole setup instead of just kind of leaving the tube to be short over there. Alright, I'm gonna select that. I'm sorry sometimes if I end up like working with all 4 of the views. Because my screen's like it's a pretty good size, so even when I'm working on the tiny screens I can kind of still see what I'm doing, so I tend to sometimes just keep going and working on them. So hopefully that doesn't bug you too much. Alright, I'm just going to make this a tad bit bigger. I think that should work. And now, since we did not do anything else to this, I think we should still be able to work on it. Yeah. I'm going to give it 3 subdivisions, and now I'm going to use these loops in the middle, 1 and 2, and these are going to be where the legs will be coming out of. And from the reference image, I can see that I want to bring that down a little bit. Ah, good stuff. I'll raise that up. There we go. And actually, from this view, this is actually the view that I chose to do, and not the other one, not this one. I'm gonna be doing this one, so that means I have to get all these reflections looking pretty fine by the end of all this. I was allowed to skip the plans because I cannot do plans to save my life, unfortunately, because the teacher saw that it's a pretty complex scene with all these different books and it's just so complex. I think I don't need to stress myself with the plans. I don't know if I'm gonna do the pots though. I feel like I might do those because, to be honest, they're like really easy. The problem though would be right there. There's that typewriter, and that might take time on its own. So it depends on what I'm thinking of doing, because I could just make it like really blocky and use really good textures to make it come out, but I think I might actually do it. Depends on how much time I have. The thing is, we have like a 1-week break right in the middle of this month, so, and that would be like for summer break and because of the 4th of July. But the thing is, I'm probably going to be traveling during that, so that's a tad bit of a problem. Yeah. But let's move on. So this is actually what I brought this picture for, right there. So it seems like maybe, because from what I can see over here, this is actually outside a little bit, and yeah, this is a lot thicker than this is, so I'm going to make that show up. So just go down to thickness and oops, is that not thickness? Nope, that's not thickness. There we go. Oh, right. Forgot about that. We'll just make it a tad bit bigger, and then control. I've just been away from the program for so long. Alright, there we go. And now we will make it smaller again. Alright, I'm just going to press control and then pull on that. Raise that back up. And I'm actually kind of beginning to doubt what I did here. I don't know. I feel like maybe, just maybe, this could just be, I think it might not have that little loop over there. Maybe I should remove that. Yep, I think I'm going to do that. Alright, let's do it. Just delete that. The edges. Alright, and yeah, actually this is going to be a little bit annoying, so I'm just going to do this. Da-da. Delete that. Delete that. And then go back to the edges. Select that. Raise it up. Raise it up. And if I press V, middle mouse click, and I just pull up like that, it should snap right there. And because of that, we will extrude. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. And there we go. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm just eyeballing it as much as I can. There's no need to be precise at this stage. Yeah, just merge the vertices. Maybe raise the threshold a little bit. Alright, yeah, that should be good enough. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that these were welded together now. Yeah, they are. So, there we go. We just fixed that little misstep. And object mode, raise this baby back up. And at this point, we don't need that much space in between them, so I'm guessing just, let me check on something actually. Maybe something like that should work. Yes, and we will just make that a little bit smaller, just a little bit. There we go, that should work. And when I smooth it, they should just almost hug right at each other. And since that should be a tight fit, because that is holding up the chair, I'd say that was a good idea on my part. But the other problem is, do we need this hole right there, or do we need to close it up? To be honest, I think I'll just leave it like that. To be honest, it wouldn't really make too much of a difference whether they used a pipe or an actual closed cylinder. I'm just gonna say it was a pipe. Okay. At this point, it doesn't really matter, because when I render the scene, it's going to be from this view, so what's under there won't really be too much of an issue. Like, I can literally delete everything that's under these, everything that's under this geometry. I can delete it all and no one would care. Only work with what you're going to be able to see. Alright. Moving on. How thick do we want this to be? Let's just make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Yeah. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, I'm just going to switch my reference, and there we go. I think, yep, that is perfect. At this point in the process, there's really no need for exact measurements. Blocking out, you're just trying your best to... Oh, shit, no. In the block out phase, you're just pretty much trying your best to get the proportions of things right in relation to each other, so I don't have to have the exact measurements. I just need to know that the chair is obviously a little bit smaller than the table, and this bit is, so for example, this bit is almost as long as that, or longer. That's all that I'm kind of worried about in my block out phase, and I don't want to get into too much detail either. So yeah, there we go. Would you look at that? Perfect. And from my reference here, I would have to say, okay, so these seem like they come farther and they're a little bit longer than to support your entire weight. I guess they have to be that long. I'll just say they are twice the size of this distance right there. I'm roughing it out as much as I possibly can. And I know this piece seems to be kind of off, but I just used, this is actually not going to be in the final. This is just kind of chilling there. I need a placeholder to kind of have myself place that first. So this was just a rough little thing that I did. But yeah, so if we compare that to that, maybe just a tad bit longer. There we go. I would say we're almost there. Now we're there. Alright, and oopsie, I'm going to bring my move tool up, just kind of slant these down a little bit, not too much, and make them a tad bit smaller at the ends. Alright, and now I will press G to repeat my extrusion. Pull this out, and I'm going to go back to my move tool, pull these down. Maybe, okay, nope, that's not going to help us. Alright, I think I'm going to use my scale tool at this point. Okay, maybe not. Okay, so at this point I guess I'm just going to have to do each one of them on their own, and I'm okay with that. Shouldn't be too hard. The good part about my scene is that the hardest bit will probably be the render times and the organic objects. Other than that, I'm not gonna have too much of a hard time because everything here is just pretty much repeated. So I can make 5 books. See, most of these books look pretty similar, and I can just kind of make 5 or 3 books, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, somewhere there, and then I can just repeat them, put them over each other in, you know, random patterns, and then it's gonna look pretty varied, and no one should notice it. I mean, to be honest, these are really minor details that, if done right, no one's gonna notice it. If you place the book and make it face different directions on, no one's gonna notice that it's the same book half the time. Like, I mean, even with this picture, really, I got this from a site where they are selling, I think they're either renting out or selling these office homes and stuff like that. And so this is probably just, they probably did the same thing I'm gonna do, because this is real, but then they probably just use the same books, and these probably aren't even real books. So yeah, and there's a lot of repeated stuff, like 1, 2, same thing. And these, the legs, if I just make 1, 2, 3, and actually this bit of the leg is just 1/2 of that, so shouldn't be too much work either. The biggest problem though will be up here, because most of these shapes are not repeated. Each of the shapes are pretty different, and I mean, I can use a deformer tool to get some of the looks here, but UVing and having to individually get the pattern on this using ZBrush, that's going to be the hard part. It's not impossible, but it's going to be hard, and it's going to take a lot of time. So right now I need to get all this easy crap out of the way and move on to the more complex stuff, which is that. Alright, moving on. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, for this bit, I think, so looking at my reference, I'm always looking at my reference. I always have to go back to it and make sure I'm doing things right. Otherwise, if I'm not, then I don't know what the hell I'm doing. A reference is like the most important thing. You always have to look back at it, because in the industry, when they tell you to make something, they don't want you to put your thoughts into it. They don't care about your creativity at this point. It's just more of like, make it look like it is, you know. They're not paying you to be creative most of the time. Like when you're working with cars, you have to be very accurate. This is not working with cars, but it's pretty similar, so yeah. Just try to get everything as much as we possibly can. Be as accurate as we can on any point. The reason I'm doing this is actually pretty cool. Now, what's this? There we go. Now we have that little variation there, and we can actually just select the faces again. There are much easier ways of doing this, but I like to work like this. To be honest, I feel more efficient when I work this way. So now we have that, and what if we bring this a little bit back? There we go. And if I press 3, you see, that shape will be coming out. So right now, before I smooth it, it doesn't look quite okay, but it's gonna be better. It's gonna get better. It's just all about patience at this point. And I think I have the shape I need. Maybe pull this down a little bit more, and if we do that, okay, I accidentally made it a wireframe, but yeah. Alright, so that looks good enough, I would say. So when we need to make sure that we get this exact shape, I can put another edge loop right around there, and maybe around there, or maybe just bevel this entire loop right there, and that should hold the shape a little bit more. Like, let's actually just try right now. If I do that and I bevel it, bevel, let's do 2 segments, and then I see that. Nice, right? Yeah, and I can do that for the sides as well to give it that mass that it has, because I saw that it lost a lot of mass. Like, look at that on the sides, it becomes really, really thin. We kind of want it to still be kind of thick, so yeah. I'm gonna Z back now, and let's see. So our next bit is going to be working on these little tires right there, and that could pose a problem because, as you can see, this is just inserted into there and it has to be able to move around. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of cheat a little bit, and I'm just gonna say maybe there's a hole right there, and I'm just gonna plug in that little wheel thing. I'm not even gonna try very hard on this because it's a really minor detail. I don't think anyone's gonna notice it too much. Let's say too much, okay? People will probably notice it if I do it very wrong, but I can get away with not paying too much attention to detail on that one. So I'm gonna try it on this one leg first, and actually if I do just one leg, I can delete the other legs and just duplicate it all around. That's the beauty of my my sweet, sweet mistress. Sometimes she's nice, sometimes she's not so nice. Just gotta get used to her, learn how to work with her. She does not play games either, so you gotta be careful there. Alright, so with that, I'm going to, oh no, I don't know what I did there. Yeah, I'm gonna chamfer the vertices. I think that's how you say that, chamfer. Alright, and now look at that. That's beautiful, is it not? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna create like a little circle, a little loop right there. And then I'm just gonna plug in the wheels. And of course, since we have to build these things as they are in real life, the wheel is going to have to be a separate bit. The thing is, though, I need to know what kind of wheels these are. Okay, so I've noticed something when looking at the reference, just before we move on. As we get down over there, this thing gets a little bit thicker, and that is probably very important, even in a block out. There we go. Alright. Now I'm just gonna go up to edges and just make that a little bit thicker. There we go. Let's see. Thicker. Huh, there we go. It looks really dumb right now, but don't worry, it's gonna look better in a little bit. And actually, let me rotate this to, no, not rotating. Let me flatten it out. There we go. That is better. Alright. I'm gonna hold the edges later, so this is actually going to look a little bit better than it is right now. Yeah, it's gonna look better, I hope. I'm really wishing. Can't screw up right now. We've already been working for like hours. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna go into vertices and just deselect that. Great stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna see what I told you. Sometimes I always end up working at that little small screen, limiting myself for some reason. It's a dumb habit that I'm probably gonna get over at some point, but it sometimes helps me work faster, sometimes it doesn't. Alright, there we go. We just expand that a little bit. Okay, so what I like to do at this point is to bring in a sphere, give it 8 subdivisions. This is not a sphere. What am I saying? This is a cylinder. There we go. Bring it over there and just bring the radius down. Oh, wow. Almost perfect. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Okay. I'm pressing control to get that really nice accuracy. Alright, so I think that would be a good size for the hole. And then I'm gonna bring that up. Oops, I don't know why I just keyed everything. Ah, there we go. I pressed S and I keyed everything. Did not want to do that. And I'm not sure what effect it would have while I'm in the middle of modeling, but I'm pretty sure I still don't want to be keying things. So now I'm just going to raise this up a little bit. Nope. Oh god. Okay. There we go. Just get these as close as I can get them. It doesn't have to be perfect. Later on I can actually just kind of do that, just kind of eyeball it and just do that to each one individually. I feel like that's faster and it's gonna get me there. There we go. So after I 3 key this, it's gonna look a little bit smoother, so I don't really have to care too much about it. But yeah, so we have that, and I think we're good for a while. Let's just remove the cylinder. Goodbye, Mr. Cylinder. Thank you for your help. Ow, my eyes. Nah. Alright, now I'm going to deselect everything. Go up to vertices. Yeah, deselect that as well. Get my knife tool. Yeah, fun tool this is. So what I'm trying to do now is just clean up the geometry around here. I don't know why that just happened. Okay, that's weird. Ugh, why? There we go. And then I mean, I'm gonna make it triangulated, but sometimes it's okay to have triangles, and especially in minor places like this, it's not a big issue. I just don't want to add way too many. I don't want to add way too many more polygons than I need to, so triangulating is the most efficient way for me right now. Some people would, of course, disagree, but from the way I work, I just kind of triangulate things if I need to. I'm not scared to put those triangles in there. Now, I'm not going to triangulate everything, but sometimes it's okay to use triangles. Just, it's never okay to use n-gons. There you go. Would you look at that? I think that looks perfect. I think we're getting there. Except, if we look over here, that is a really, really sharp dip. So, and it goes really deep down. So yeah, let's go back to our one mode. Ugh, what have I done? Stop, no! What have I done? Oh no. Okay, let's see. Tap, tap. No, it won't let me. But it's okay. I only read it and undid these, so not too big a deal. I don't know why I chose to do this, see? I don't know what I'm trying to prove, but it was a bad idea. Should've just made like a simple gun or something like that. Everyone else in my class seems to be doing that. What am I trying to prove? No. Why do I torture myself like this? Every portfolio class, it's always like this. I like get some almost impossible to do project, and then I screw it up somehow. Except this time, I think it's going to be different because I'm actually going to work hard at it. I think we have that really nice hard dip we were looking for. I mean, look at this. What could go wrong at this point, huh? Now, I know what happens when people say what could go wrong. Things go wrong, but I'm being very optimistic today, and I'm gonna say nothing's gonna go wrong. This is going to be the greatest masterpiece, and I'm gonna get the Course Director's Award. Look at that. Perfect. Now, for the big reveal, let's see if we have any bad geometry in our piece of work. We do have bad geometry. There we go. Found ya. That's not even that big a deal. It's just you. Pfft. What a joke. There we go. Perfect. I think we fixed that. I hope we fixed it. Did we fix it? I feel like we still haven't fixed it. Let's just try that again though. Mesh, clean up, apply. No, wait, right, okay. Clean up, apply. Yep. No bad geometry. I'm on a roll today. Alright, and as I said before, we are going to take all that, delete it. Now I don't want to delete it because that bit's a little bit important. I'm going to revolve this entire thing, and then we're going to get our big reveal. Alright, so how am I going to do this? This is actually quite easy. It's going to need a little bit of math, but it's not difficult math or anything. It's just really simple division. We've got 5 legs and we need to take this thing 360. So the math we need here is 360 divided by 5. I think that should be around 70 something, right? Calculator, let's see. Let's get that calculator out. There we go. Alright. 360 divided by 5 and bam, 72 degrees. So we revolve this thing around 72 degrees. Alright. That is of course assuming I remembered how to do that. Okay, I'm gonna get this, remove that, bring this a little bit lower. There we go. We just really want this thing to lift off the ground and not be right up. Yeah, I think we're ready for this now. How do I revolve these objects? So it's a smart duplicate, I believe. You go to edit. Yep, duplicate with special. There you go. Okay. That's interesting. I don't actually remember how to do this. Okay. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, let's do rotate. Which axes are we rotating on? I think we are rotating on the y-axis at this point. Yeah, we're rotating y. Yep. Which one is y? X, y. Okay, there we go. So 72. Number of copies. We're doing 4 copies. And bam. Let's see. No, that's not what we wanted. That's weird. Okay, let's see. Let me take this first. Let's edit all, delete by history. Where is our pivot centered? Okay, yeah, that looks good enough. Looks fine. Great stuff. Okay, so we're gonna go back to edit, duplicate special. Okay, we'll do number of copies 1. Apply. Oh my god. Okay, let's try negative 72 maybe. How's that gonna work? Okay. That is not working at all. What am I doing wrong? Okay, I'm gonna come up here. Yeah, as I said, I'm only learning, so I tend to forget some of these things. Group under parent. Yep, that should be fine. Okay, we're gonna copy now. Let's see. No, that did not work either. I don't know why it's doing this. This is weird for me. Never been through anything like this. How do you duplicate special? You know what? I've got a better idea here. I'm going to do this. Oh wait, it duplicated. That's not good. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Unduplicated. I'm just gonna eyeball it. I don't even care anymore. Shift D. Just gonna do that. There's a better way of doing this, but as we saw, I'm a failure and I don't know how to do that better way. And bam. So I just click Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, and it just duplicates the way I did it before. And now we have this. Beautiful, right? I know. Great stuff. Alright, so I'm going to take these, select them all, and combine. Now that we've combined them, we get to get the vertices and merge. Alright, we'll increase the distance right here. Oh, no, we did not wish for that. Let's see, nope. Oh, okay, wait, let's see. What? I don't know what's going on right now. Okay, there we go. Ooh. Okay, 2.2. That looks good enough. I would say that was a success. Forgive me for being a screw up, but yeah, I would say that was a success, right? Let's try that. We just move. I'm not sure if that's I'm not sure if that means it worked or not. Let's see. Let's move that. Ah, it did. It did. We're a go. Houston, we are a go. We did it. All right. See, that was easy, right? All right. Let's do that. Let's make sure we still have that really sick shape going on. And at this point, I think we can... What was I thinking? I think we can start working on the wheel now. Yeah, nah, I'd say that looks pretty successful. Look at that. So we've got that, we've got that, we've got that, and if you look over here, I'm gonna bring this image over. We've got that, we've got that, we've got that, we've got that. That, I would say, is a success. I know it only took me like 50 minutes to do it, but come on, clap for me, I did good. Yeah, just had to stretch for a little bit. Oh, my back. Yeah, I sit down a lot because of all the work, so it's always good to kind of stop for a minute and stretch. Okay, so right now what we're missing here is the little things you insert right in there, and we're missing a piece of that. Let's bring that up. We are missing that, and we are missing that. Actually, let me see, how did I do this? Okay, yeah, so we are missing that, and we are missing that. See that? The little handle that you have at the bottom to... I'm not sure exactly what that works on, but we also need that, of course. I'm not even sure what that is, but from what I can see here, it looks like it could be connected to... Yeah, it's connected to one of these, so... these right here, so it would be right around there. And okay, yeah, I see what happened here. So when I was making this hole right here, I assumed that it was on the other side as well. So yeah, that was a bit of a mistake, but we can easily fix that. That's not too big a mistake. It's small things that can be fixed. But I did not press delete, I pressed enter. Okay, there we go. Just delete. And now, would you look at that? We are a go. I'm gonna get all the vertices here. No, actually, let me do the edges. Get that little round thing. Merge into that. I'm gonna merge them to center. Let's see. Does that work? I think... okay, so at this point we have a couple of tries that don't need to be there. We can remove that, and now this becomes a nice quadrant face, and this will also become a quadrant face. Yeah, there we go. No bad geometry and no unnecessary triangles. It's always good to check your geometry at every step of the way. That's how I do it, and I usually end up with some pretty sexy geometry at the end. Like with this as well, just to check it, just in case. See? Now, always save as well with Maya. Always save on a regular basis. Otherwise, if your file if Maya just decides to crash on you, you just lost a shit ton of work, and you have to do that again. And as you can see right there, I have the hole for the handle that allows you to push the chair down and push it up. I don't know who this is. Pepperoni. Okay. We're just gonna assume we did not see that. Okay. Alright. To be honest, I'd say this shape looks amazing so far, you know? Like, wow, okay. So, let me see, which side is this? So, this is on the right side, okay? We've got it right there. This is the side, so I'm gonna have to add that little bit right now. But of course, before I do, I have to duplicate this shape. And that is really easy and fun. Mesh tools. No, we're just gonna go to mesh, mirror geometry, and we will mirror it on the Z plus. And it's already set to merge. Sometimes it's not, so you want to check that because we want this to be one shape. Alright, looky there. Alright, I've got my little holes where they will be attached to the chairs with screws and stuff. I don't have to like actually make it look screwy and all that. That would be too much detail. And just it's really tough to put in that screw pattern thing, especially on a small surface like that. So from what I can see here with that, I'll just say it's right in the middle. It's not gonna hurt anyone. It's a really tiny detail, and being in the middle will not kill anyone or cause any serious injury. So let's go for it, I'd say. And just as I've been doing it before, just hold shift, get to 50%, and there we go. There we go. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, I think that's good. Press enter and we have locked in our shape. And then we go to face. We delete all these faces right there. We won't be needing them where we're going. And actually, with a shape this weird, it's going to be a little bit tough, but it's not impossible. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that. Oopsie. There we go. Okay, I don't want to mess these up right here in the middle. I was looking at that and I was like, what am I about to do here? Alright, if you look at that, I think we did pretty good. And just to make things easier on us, I think I'm going to do that. Just select all these and deselect those. And I'm gonna flatten it because that's the easier way of working with shapes like this. To me anyway, that's how I find it easier to work with them. I know it creates weird geometry right here, but we're gonna fix that later. It's just we really need that nice, beautiful shape. And as I've been doing before, I'll get this 8-sided shape. We shall rotate this, I believe, in the Z-axis. Yep. Would you look at that? I'm on a roll today. Yeah. I mean, you've got like directions right there, but I never look at them. I'm just like, hey, I'll guess and hopefully I'll get it right. Sometimes I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm in the Y, and then I was actually in the Z-axis the entire time. Okay, so if you look at that, I think if we just put it right in the middle there. Okay, so not quite, oh no, what have I done? There we go. Okay, so just bring that down a little bit. And then if we select on that, would you look at that? Almost perfect. That's good enough for us. We're eyeballing this, not trying to get it to look exactly as the... Oh, yeah, right. I forgot the most important part. looks really weird. I don't know why. Okay. It's because I'm in wireframe, right? Okay, so let's go to wireframe shaded. I think this is wireframe shaded or wireframe unshaded. It's one of those. Okay, it's one of those. Don't judge me. I think I was paying attention in class anyway. I'm not sure. It's wireframe unshaded. Okay. Huh. I would say that's just right about the approximate size of that nub. It's a little bit smaller, but we want the hole to be a tad bit bigger. So yeah. And then of course I'm going to grab these, bring them down a little bit. Let's see what view would give us the best of that. Okay, so the front view. Oh, okay. Press the Windows key by accident. Let's get that, and let's just get that roughly there. We'll get you over there and just shove you there. All right. Oh no. There we go. Ha ha da 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 da. Okay, sorry for that little moment of silence. I was trying to really just get these as close as I can. But yeah, there we go. We are done. We've made that really nice hole, and now we can remove all this weird looking geometry over here and make it look normal again. Alright. Okay, so in order to do that, we're gonna have to come over to the left bit over here, and since it's flat, all we really need to do is, oh, of course I screwed that up. What am I? God. Okay, we'll put that right in the middle there, and then I'll turn on the rotate tool. Which one am I? Which one is it? Is it this? I think it's that. Yeah, there it is. Okay, that's why. That makes a lot of sense now. And if we come over here and we look, it's perfect. I mean, look at that. Great stuff. And actually, I'm just gonna keep this right here. No, you know what? No, screw it. I don't like it. You know, I'll keep it. Just for later. And I will get that. Select that. 50, and then there we go. I'll just make that right there. Up there, I'm going to put a couple of tries. Yeah, here it's going to be perfectly quadded, but up there and down there, it's just gonna have to be tried because there's some pretty funky, there's already like so much geometry going on up there. I don't want to get in the way of that. What? How am I zooming in so fast? Oh, right, it's that little tiny one. Nope, it's actually just, okay, yeah. See? I'm working in that small view again. Oh, right, if I just press enter and then I can move on. I know what I'm doing. I'm a pro, okay? Relax. I've got this. Jeez, so judgy. Okay. Okay, now let's see. What are we gonna do about this, huh? We said we're gonna try it, right? Okay. So, I'll come from up here. Just put you over there. The tries are gonna be a little bit annoying when it comes to UVing, but with this shape, it's a solid color. It's just like a nice shade of either, it's close to black. So we'll just pretty much just say it's a solid black, and UVing doesn't have to be like a big pain. I'll just UV it pretty well so that we at least have some really good light information coming from it. There we go. I think that's small enough. I'm actually not sure. Let me make sure here, because if... yeah, I'll make it a little bit bigger. Alright. Yeah, that should be big enough. Yeah. Now, from the sides... yeah, it seems like I haven't really screwed it up yet. That's good. And now we'll just bring that out. Just bring it out. Just bring it out. Would you look at that? I made a pointless pop song. Now I'm gonna be famous. Now, I don't have any hate against pop songs. I actually really like them. So, don't attack me or anything like that, Katy Perry. I'm gonna press G, and we will bring the shape in. Ah, I think I see a problem there. Is that what would you look at that? Haha, we have a problem. Actually, this can just be fixed by deleting that. So for some reason I didn't get the middle over there, and I didn't get one. Ugh, what is wrong with me? Okay, there we go. No, we'll actually just we'll go redo that. And what is this? Okay, there we go. This time I'm fairly certain that I got that. God damn it, come on. Okay. Yeah, I think we did it. We'll see. It's gonna probably screw up again in the next part. Alright. And then we come up here. Yeah. Pretty much just like we did last time. Except now we're being a little bit more careful, because last time we screwed it up somehow. Let's see. Okay. That looks perfect. Yep. No issues. Actually, I don't know why I had to go through all that. I could have really just merged the 2 points, but, you know. Why do we torture ourselves? There we go. I think that looks pretty dope. And then I'll press G one more time and bring that back inside. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of these repeating shapes, and I'm finding it really easy to make them now, because I've had to do them all over the place. Like see right there, I had to make that, and I also have to make that, I had to make that, and I had to make that, I had to make that, and I had to make that. So yeah, I think I'm pretty good at it now. Save, and of course let's not forget the great delete all by type history. Yeah, history builds up and it just really messes with the script editor sometimes. And not only the script editor, it sometimes messes with your node editors as well. Like I had this really huge scene once and I forgot to delete history. And it's not as big as this one, but it had a lot of cloth and really tiny details all over the place. I had plants in it, and I did not delete history for I think 2 weeks of working on this scene, and then suddenly everything just goes to shit. All my models are just looking really weird, and I'm like, teacher, what happened? What happened? And we spent like hours just trying to figure it out, and then he's like, wait, did you delete your history? And I'm like, yeah. with that really guilty look in my eyes. And then he's like, oh, let me show you what happens. And then he showed me, and my note editor was just all over the place. It was like, wow, you really need to delete your history. I think that is good enough. Let's see, let's try to match it up a little bit more. Because, yeah, we want it to... Okay, so what I'm going to do is just a little cheat. Ha. Okay. I'm just going to use that. Yeah, that's good enough. And then I'm going to bring it out. Let's bring it out. Ah. Bam. And now we have that. And then I'm also just going to fix this. It helps to keep your stuff as clean as possible sometimes. And I mean, this is really small details, but yeah, it's good to keep them clean anyway. Yeah, now we have most of the leg done for this chair. It's a pretty good chair, actually. I think it's really nice. Very nice and comfy, spacious. And I again, please don't mind this. This I just needed something to as a placeholder for that. But wow, I think it is coming along pretty well so far. Yeah. And later on, I'm going to split these two shapes right here, because from the reference image, as you can see, this looks like it was just placed on top of it, just like a seal, so that in case somebody wants to fix it or something, or just a manufacturing thing. So I'm gonna have to split those two. Okay, no, I do not want to minimize that. I want to move it to the other screen. This is going to look fantastic by the end. I hope, anyway. For my last portfolio classes, I haven't exactly been trying hard enough, so I feel like I need to go all out for this one, just to make up for the rest. And if I don't get a course director's award, I'm going to be very sad. Those mean a lot. Only the cool kids get them. Lies. Let's see. Let me just check on someone real quick. And I actually just remembered where I got the picture. It is the Gothic Office by Jessica Helgerson Interior Design. Yeah. Alright, I will just take a quick break for now, We'll be back in a few. I am definitely not procrastinating.